Thank you, Ryan. At this time, it is our honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Judge James E. Barton. Judge Barton currently serves as the Medina County Judge. A native of Hondo, Texas, Judge Barton graduated from the University of Texas, receiving both a Bachelor of Business Administration and a Juris Doctor's degree. He has served in private law practice, followed by 30 years with Southwestern Bell and AT&T Corporation, where he served as Vice President of the Law and Government Affairs Division. He also serves on the board of directors of various governmental organizations. Judge Barton is married to his wife of 54 years, Phoebe Lee Barton, and they have 4 grown children and 7 grandchildren. Please join us in welcoming Judge Barton.
Thank you. Good evening. And congratulations to the class of 2012. As I watched you proceed again this evening, I thought, my gosh, what happened to the seniors? They look like a distinguished group of young men and young women. And as I listened just a few moments ago to the speeches, other than thinking, what a tough act to follow, I was thinking, what an eloquent bunch we've got here at Hondo High School. In a few moments, class of 2012, you'll be recognized for what you have accomplished. After that, it will be time to celebrate, to enjoy the hugs and the high fives and the fist bumps and whatever counts for well wishes from your friends and family and from each other. This is surely your moment, and I guarantee from experience it will stay with you for the rest of your life. And while you're savoring this evening and the coming days filled with reflections on the past and excited anticipation of your future, remember to thank your parents and your teachers and administrators for their enormous investments in your being here tonight. Thank them for the countless hours of precious time, for their work, their energy, their tears and anxious moments over the years, and for all their love and support that gave you the confidence and kept you going. Tonight is also a proud and poignant moment for them. When your principal asked me to be a part of this important evening and to speak at your graduation, I was excited, honored, and humbled. But then I thought, what in the world can I say that a group of young people would care to hear that they might benefit from hearing? So in our visit, I asked Mr. Angst, what do you want me to talk about? His polite reply was, about 10 to 12 minutes. I understand from a good source that in the rehearsal and practice for this evening, they were going through the speakers and they came to Judge Barton. We'll talk for about 10 or 12 minutes, and it was greeted by moans and groans and oh no and that sort of thing. And I fully agree. I thought 10 to 12 minutes was way too short, so I've worked on lengthening it. Of course, I'm joking, but only a little bit. He did say 10 to 12 minutes, but he also went on to suggest that I talk about success. What is it? How do you get it? How do you know you got it? Are there any shortcuts or secrets? Those are the kinds of questions in the minds of the young people at this juncture in their lives, he said, as they look down the road ahead. Over the days that followed, that phrase, the road ahead, stayed with me as thoughts of what I could say tumbled around in my head. And I wondered if you, the members of the class of 2012, have any idea of what lies ahead. Can you even begin to imagine the wonders and adventures that wait for you on the road ahead? Are you excited and enthusiastic about the possibilities that life and living hold in store for you? Looking at the road ahead from my 58 years of travel on it since my graduation from high school, I can tell you it is a wonderful, challenging, unique, and rewarding journey. Tonight marks a milestone, a beginning, a commencement in your journey on that road, and everyone in this audience and all your friends and family wish for you a successful journey. But what is a successful journey? I believe that each of you and each of us are the definers of our own success. What is important to us? What gets us up and going in the morning? What keeps us going all day? And at the end of the day, what makes us proud and brings us comfort? Each of you will choose your own definition of success, and those definitions perhaps will change as you grow and experience life. You will know within yourself whether you've been successful, whether you've given your best effort, whether your expectations were realistic, whether you played fairly, whether you did the right thing. You will know if you're successful, and if others judge you as success, well, that's a bonus that you cannot control. Now, all of that's a bit esoteric, I admit. Maybe not concrete enough. So let's talk about success for a moment in terms of career, jobs, work, and life pursuits. There really is one basic and important prerequisite, or cornerstone, or secret for success, and that is to show up. Sounds too simple, doesn't it? Well, that's it, on time and prepared. A bit more difficult, but if you put it all together, show up on time and prepared, you're 95% of the way to being successful in whatever you're pursuing. That's been true in your years as a student. It will be true on the road you travel, whether that road leads to further academic study, or to a job, or to working in your own business, to a military career, or wherever it leads. And it is especially important when at some time in your life you become a parent. Showing up for your kids, being there at the time they need you, and being prepared with love, attention, guidance, and caring will be as important as anything you will ever do in your life. There is an old maxim that says, the world is run by those who show up. That's been true throughout history, it's true today, and it will be true in your future. If you were in the band and you didn't show up to catch the bus in time to get to the contest, or you forgot your instrument, or hadn't rehearsed enough, you weren't successful. The same was true for any endeavor you've undertaken in high school. Whether taking a test, auditioning for the one-act play, participating in athletics, and all of the other activities over the past several years of your life. Show up on time and prepared. I just mentioned a few examples from your past: the classroom, the band, the one-act play, and the athletics. Let's look at your futures, the road ahead. If you choose to become a lawyer, as I did and as Ryan promises to do, and you don't show up in court, or you aren't on time, or you aren't prepared, you lose. But more importantly, your client loses. If you're a service person and you don't show up for an appointment, or you're late, or you forgot to bring your tools or equipment, you failed. A business owner who doesn't show up to open his or her business when scheduled to be open and isn't ready to wait on customers, that person should not plan to be in business for very long. Pick your own example, graduates, and follow it through. You might survive one or two misses, but if it continues and if it becomes your lifestyle, if you spend your time making excuses to yourself or to others, you will not be successful and you will fail. So show up on time and prepared. I said earlier that was 95% of the secret to success. The other 5% consists of a whole host of other things like experience, execution, ability to change and grow, perseverance, sticking to it, and integrity. And I mentioned integrity last because it is the one key ingredient which you will absolutely have to attain any meaningful success in your life. Without integrity, whatever you do is meaningless, hollow, and of no value to you or to anyone else. Final thought. I've talked about the road ahead tonight, and the truth is there will be a number of roads ahead, and you will have a number of choices to make. Robert Frost, my favorite poet, in The Road Not Taken, told us that in his telling of the two roads that diverged in Yellowwood, and sorry he couldn't travel both, and that he had to choose one or the other. He looked down one road as far as he could see, but decided to take the other one. He says to himself, well, I can always come back and take the first one. But then, being true to himself, he realizes that won't really happen, because he knows how one way will lead on to another way and another and another. And he concludes that the road he has chosen, has made all the difference in his life from what it might otherwise have been. You will travel many roads ahead, graduates. There will be twists, turns, and forks in the road, and yes, a few bumps and detours. You will have choices to make it a worthwhile journey. Tonight, I wish for each of you a life full of wise choices about the roads ahead and the successes that await you. I appreciate the invitation, and I thank you for letting me share this wonderful moment of your lives. Congratulations on your successes that we recognize and celebrate this evening. Thank you very much.
Every time I hear that song,